Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Pumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con Man, and I am in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we got to give you that work when it comes to professional wrestling business. And guys, it is Sunday, fun day. You guys know the vibes. You know, we just chilling out, doing our thing right here in your house. And man, you could smoke them if you got them. You could drink them if you got them. But man, I gotta say, I'm not sure if anybody's drinking anything. I'm not sure if you guys were the only one Friday night. Did you guys check out what The Rock was talking about? What was this man talking about? A complete madman. The final boss returned to Smackdown. We're going to talk about it for sure. But before we get into everything that we want to talk about, whether it be Smackdown or the Elimination Chamber, that's coming up. That's this coming Saturday. I got to bring in my great co-host. And of course, man, he's my man who does his thing on Fridays. He talks all things SmackDown. It's going to be interesting to get his thoughts when he comes in and hangs out with us. He's in his room right now, as he always is. That's the Grunmeister. What is up, man?
Yo, what is up? We are 1 week away from Elimination Chamber, and I cannot wait.
Yes. I'm excited. We're going to talk all things Elimination Chamber, man. We're going to talk SmackDown. I know you just did your SmackDown preview review show this past Friday, and the very next one's going to be very interesting as well. But we're going to dig deep into it when we talk all things SmackDown. But, man, we got to talk about another guy who does his thing. He also does the preview review show, but that's on Mondays with Window Liquors. And also we talk all things ECW on Fridays. That's the voice, Josh Joseph. He's back here in your house. What is up, man?
What is up, house? What is up, household? It is a Sunday. It is a house party. I got some No Mercy East 199999 on right now. Okay. And I'm watching some... Right now, I'm watching the New Age Outlaws go against the Hollies. And it's a great match, man. It's a great tag team match.
What a wonderful time. What a wonderful time.
Yeah, it is fantastic. But I'm here on a Sunday. I'm with you. I'm with the household. I'm with Grun's friends, Chaos Goblins, and Window Lickers. So it's a great time to be in wrestling.
Most definitely. We got Bruzy up in the house too. Good old Bruzy.
Oh, you gotta love a Bruzy.
Yes, sir. Bruzy
Look
coming
at him,
and
Bruzy
hanging
in
out.
the house. You are in the house.
Yes, yes, we love you, Bruzy. But man, we also love us some wrestling right here in your house. And man, I was just talking about it, so let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna ask you guys. Usually we get all I jump in here and we try to break things down and analyze and blah blah blah. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just asking y'all, what the fuck was The Rock talking about this past Friday on SmackDown? Because I have no clue.
Yeah, well, I think you and a good majority of the viewing audience are feeling the same. Yeah, I don't know, man. It reminded me of you're hanging
Oh, we
stories
still
about
have. Oh, there you
nothing
go.
that's going on, but it was
Oh.
entertaining.
I mean, you're always going to be entertained when it comes to The Rock, but you got Brucey saying it here too. He's like, he didn't see the Rock promo, but he heard it was bad. So, all right. It was a lot of rambling, a lot of the same things over and over again. And it just wasn't concise like a typical wrestling promo should be. Grun, what was you thinking when you were watching it, man?
Oh, I mean, on the one hand, it sounded like The Rock, like a general Rock promo where he's insulting the crowd, making jokes at them, but at the same time, like you could tell that like he was once he got to his point, you understood, but you really weren't quite sure why it took so long for him to get to his point.
Yeah.
Like
Like that.
You got
like
the
that.
chat chief. The chat chief said it was Freestyle Friday, 106 in Park. Most definitely. Most definitely. If you know, you know, man. And yeah, it was because he was on his own. I mean, and here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. And I'm not trying to make this a big old deal because I'm sure they were super courteous about it and they probably weren't pissed and they probably understood what it meant for WrestleMania. But we got a whole women's match that was scrapped for this segment. And like, I get the point where they were going. I get it. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. And you guys, when we were in the group chat, I said it. When SmackDown opened and Cody's coming and Aldous told him, hey, you are pulled from the main event. It's not a 6-man anymore. You're pulled from it. There's nothing I can do about it. It's out of my hands. And he was like, what am I doing out of the match? What's going on? Why can't you? You're the GM. Hey, came from, the final boss and he's here tonight and he wants to talk to you. And automatically my mindset was, all right, we're doing something like we're setting something up for WrestleMania. We're setting that big story up for WrestleMania, and I like it. I'm down with it. I'm 100% down. But the delivery of the promo from Rock, it was just, ramblings, and he was all over the place. And I think he was trying to find his footing. I get it. He wants to test the waters and be a heel and be a face and be all these things. But I'm like, dude, like, pick a lane, and it was just like I said, it was all over the place. I'm not saying he can't clean it up because I think he will clean it up, but initially that was just nonsensical ramblings. And we all had to, you had people on the internet saying, oh, well, if you don't understand what he's saying that he wants to make Cody corporate. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it seems like. He wants to take him, put him under his wing, and make him the corporate champion. But like, just the delivery for how he got there was very sloppy.
Very true. Very true.
That's just where I was at. It's still intriguing, though.
It is intriguing, but it's almost like Triple H's playbook from when Triple H started being corporate and outside of the ring when he was with Stephanie and they were doing this whole thing with Seth and everything. Yeah, it's going to work. It could work, or it could be a giant swerve and The Rock is just this good at making us doubt him. One thing that you would never doubt The Rock is an in-ring promo. Would never.
Mm.
He's always got everybody, but then they throw this out there. I just there were some things in it that did seem kind of out of place and things like that, but it is The Rock. Again, though, we have to go back to what I said a long time ago on this channel. And when these guys come in, they take away from spots that we've been anticipating as fans, we've been watching, we've been going for. And that Friday proved it, because that women's match would have been something I would have enjoyed watching.
Yeah. It would have been, and because the women's was everything that's happening with the women is building up slowly, and can I just okay. So let's talk about that for a quick second. I want to stay right there because we're talking about SmackDown. We got some great action in the chat. We got Lou up in there. What is up, Lou? Bruzy is chatting us up, and I'm sure we'll have a few more. We got the chat chief up in here. We got Antonio Fry, and I'm sure we'll have some more coming in and hanging out with us as we do our thing here at In Your House. But there was the noise out there in the wrestling media saying that the match got scrapped for the Rock segment, and we heard about the Rock coming. This is news that came down, I believe it was like late Thursday night, that broke when it was Rock. He was going to be there. He came out. And we'll talk about the other thing that he talked about, because with all this stuff going on, we just haven't even talked about the fact that he announced WrestleMania in New Orleans.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a big thing.
That's a big thing. That's a big
deal.
Thing. So but there was just so much that happened in this segment, and so what happened was they scrapped the women's match. At least the word was they were scrapping the women's match. And then when people got pissed about it, if that was even the case, because we're not in the locker room, we don't know anybody on the end like that that's telling us like that. You know what I'm saying? But so when it seems like when they heard the match got scrapped and people got pissed, they were like, okay, so let's change it. Let's make it the match is about to happen, but then it turns into a beatdown segment that gets cut short. And if you were going to do that, then the news about the match getting scrapped should have never got out there in the first place. It should have never got leaked, because if you were just going to turn it into a beatdown segment and then The Rock comes out, nobody would have thought the wiser. Nobody would have said a word. But once word got out that the match got scrapped and then you switched it and turned it to a beatdown shortened segment, now people are like, why'd you even do that? That doesn't make sense either.
Yeah. We have Bruzy chiming in real quick, Grun, before you answer that.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going based off of ratings, I would have put The Rock over the women's segment. I would have thought he would have Drew.
And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm sorry. He did draw. He's The Rock. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we think. He drew. I'm giving my opinion in that the promo was sloppy. It was.
Yeah, and that's definitely not up for a debate. That most of the wrestling world seems to believe that was one of his sloppier promos, and it's been a while since we've seen that. And Antonio Fry, I have heard that. What I was bringing up was that, now I don't know about you, if you guys saw this from anywhere else. I've only seen that story that it got scrapped from one news source, Dirt Sheets, and they have been going outrageously hard on dissing WWE, on making them look so bad that I'm personally thinking, you know what? Even if it's the truth, like I would say, me personally, like if this is the one time Dirt Sheets is telling the truth, you know what? I think WWE did the best they could with the situation that they had. Should they have not done the Rock promo at segment at all? Yeah, probably. They should have probably at least waited until next week or done something different, and not this 20-minute segment where The Rock is rambling. I think for
Yeah.
the women, I think they did the best that they could. I think they made the situation more interesting because you could argue, oh, they attacked Bianca and Naomi because that's what they do. They attack people from behind. Or it could be they attacked them because they were insulted that they were accused of being the ones who attacked Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you took away from a story that you've been building, that we've been waiting for, and that you've lined up for us to understand what's happening next, because you brought Jade in the Royal Rumble. I'd like to touch on what Bruzy's saying here. F the dirt sheets. They are the reason Young Bucks think they are as good as they are.
Oh,
That is,
Bruzy.
you know what, Bruzy?
Bruzy.
I'm
Oh,
starring that one. You have got the comment of the day. That is the one to
that,
beat, people.
my
I
God.
love it.
Damn.
That
I
was
love it.
woo. 3 hours was still not enough. You know, with these
Sure.
dirt sheets, as far as that goes, I'm somebody that thinks like, you know, believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. You know,
Yeah.
like you should be critical of and asking questions about everything, you know. So I'm not saying that that's exactly what happened as far as seeing what did they scrap this segment,
Mhm.
did they make it a beatdown segment all along? We don't know, we can't say. What we can certainly say is a couple things is this: Rock did boost the ratings because he's the Rock. If you don't like him, that's fine, get over it. That's just the facts. He's one of the most well-known and popular people on the entire planet. It is what it is. Was the promo bad? Absolutely. Absolutely. Am I excited about the direction? Absolutely. You know, two things can be true. And the two
Yeah.
things that are true is that the promo was terrible and the direction is great. And I think that it's going to directly tie into what's going to happen in Elimination Chamber, because that's just another wrinkle in an already big Elimination Chamber. I thought Royal Rumble was big. I was even telling my son, I was like, I have to take I have to take my own bias out of it. All right. I'm gonna tell you, gentlemen, what I'm talking about. I have to take my own bias out of it because I went to the Royal Rumble and the Royal Rumble was excellent and I had a blast. But when I take away the fact that I had those moments there and I'm looking at this Elimination Chamber PLE, I'm gonna tell you guys this, and you guys might think I'm crazy. Right now, for me, it's feeling like all around Elimination Chamber has potential to be an even better PLE than what the Royal Rumble was.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. 100%. I think they'll do it too. And like you said, you took your bias out of it, and that's what we need. That's what we strive to do here when we sit down. Yes, do we give you our opinions? Yes, but a lot of the times, like when we're going into this Rock segment, we could have easily all sat here and just simped for the Rock
Yep.
and been like, oh, it's the Rock, shut your mouth, let him do what he does, he's building something. But we're sitting here critiquing him because that's what makes us better, is the critiques we get. And we took our bias out of it, because is he a phenomenal feature? Yes. Has he worked his ass off to get in the position he's at? Yes.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, if you do a bad promo, you do a bad promo. And not saying the Royal Rumble was bad, but I'm saying exactly what you're saying. This Elimination Chamber, this whole PLE has a huge advantage to where it can just blow past the last big one, and that would be the
Mhm.
Royal Rumble. And when you
Mhm.
do that, the Elimination Chamber becomes meaningful again. It becomes something,
Boom.
not just a spectacle to see guys and women in a cage just going at it, getting let in out of a makeshift box. So I think you're onto something, and I think it's going to happen.
And might I add that it has so many WrestleMania implications. Might I add could I just go ahead and add to that and say possibly even more WrestleMania implications than the Royal Rumble?
Definitely.
Well, there's a
Absolutely.
hard hitting question. Did you yeet live, House, when you were at the Rumble?
I have to be honest. I yeeted live, and it was amazing.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was amazing.
All right. There you go, Brizzy. Grun, hit us
He-
with what you were thinking.
Uh, now we're gonna know who are Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley's challengers, but in the same time, the other 5 men and women that are in the chambers, they're not going to be just, oh, sorry, you're not making it WrestleMania. And like, no, those 5 were picked because they want you to know that these 5 in some way are going to be involved at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The other 5 that lose, like, yeah, they may not get the title match, but they're going to be involved. They're going to have something big to do at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I'm telling you, like once again, the promo. I have to keep going back to that, but and the reason why is because it's like, and you said it, voice. You said it. We're so used to microphone greatness from The Rock, but when you really dig deep into it, I'm like, why are we used to microphone greatness from The Rock? And one of those main reasons is he's hit his normal shit. Candy ass this, finally that, millions this. Can you smell that? He's got his shtick. And I think he's trying to go outside of that. And then I just want to say kudos for that. Kudos for the fact that you're trying to keep it fresh. But man, you got to clean that stuff up because, like, it just, we view The Rock as a generational talent and a consummate professional. And it really seemed like for a minute there, it almost felt like, and man, saying this about The Rock is crazy, but it almost felt like amateur hour.
No. Yeah. I mean, you're right with what you're saying, and it was our. And here's my thing though, because I know we got our brother who Jones who had a discussion with us about this, and he is making valid points. We got the 3 versions of The Rock that we know in that one promo. But we don't need that from you, Rock. What we need is for you to pick a lane that you're going to be in at the time. And then
Sure.
that's the Rock we get, because that's the Rock we're supposed to either hate, fall in love with, or be like, show us something. And when we get all 3 of the great Rock personas into one, you do get final bosses bipolar Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, Chat Chief said it. It's making a valid point on that, because it's too messy. And I believe we had somebody, I think Bruzy said it, less is more, back when we were talking about it at the beginning. But that's exactly what it is. Less would have been more in this situation. Come out, give your corporate pitch to Cody, have Cody, keep going for the fans and everything. And then Rock build your you're making fun of the fans and saying shit the more times you come out, as opposed to cramming it all in one moment and being like, look at this.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, who knows, man, with this whole Rock situation. We got other things to talk about on SmackDown, but I'm going to end the Rock portion with this. I hope that they pull this together, and I think that it can most definitely lead to either corporate Cody or whoever Cody is going to face that's going to turn corporate. That could be the Elimination Chamber winner. We can expand on that a little bit more when we get to our Elimination Chamber predictions on the second half of this episode. And man, I'm not excited for that segment. I mean, I'm excited for that segment, but I'm not excited for that segment because I don't know who I'm picking. Still, like, I'm still here. And I usually, ladies and gentlemen, when I do prediction shows like this, I have a good idea of who I'm picking, who I'm going with. And here we are almost 30 minutes into the episode, and I still have no damn clue who I'm picking. This is ridiculous. I guess it's just going to have to be a building storyline throughout the throughout the continuity of this episode of In Your House. But hey, speaking of stories, who knows? Maybe it was just a rough start from The Rock, and maybe it's going to be one of the greatest stories ever told in WrestleMania history. And at the end of the day, I should have just shut my mouth and enjoyed the ride The Rock was taking us on, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yeah.
most most definitely. But listen, speaking of things I'm ready to jump on and enjoy the ride for, it's Mellow Don't Miz, bro. I'm here for Mellow Don't Miz. This I like it. I like this direction for Carmelo Hayes right now. He's somebody who has been on the card for a while. And let me say this: he's not a former NXT North American champion, a former NXT champion for no reason. They're trying to figure something out with him to put him in that spot. I honestly think he needs to be, I think I said it last week. I think he needs to be United States champion. You need to put him in that lane, to put him in the United States championship conversation. But I like this direction with the Miz. Miz is somebody who knows how to stay relevant on every single spot on the card. We want that for Melo. We want Melo to be a guy that anytime Melo is doing anything, we care about him. Voice, I know you're a big Melo guy. What do you think about this new direction for Carmelo Hayes?
Okay. I am a huge Mello fan. I've been championing him for quite a while now, and I love the direction with him with the Miz, because I love the idea of two utility tools going at it in a company, and that's what I see these two as. Could Mello, when he came to the main roster, went through that amazing 7 series match with Andrade, and then we really didn't have too much after that. He could have listened to some of the negative fans out there, and he could have, soaked in that. But what did he do? He took every opportunity they gave him. He's seen his 5 minutes when it was on that match card, and he said, I'm going to make something of it. And he kept plugging away. And now we're to here. Now, saying all that, I will say, this is the first Mellow match I've seen since the start of his NXT run, to where the beginning of it, he kind of took me out of it. There was a couple spots, mostly with like throwing each other off the ropes, where he was couple steps behind.
Sure.
So it kind of took me out. But did he bring me back in? Yes. Once everybody got the connection working again, it was a great match. And him teaming up with The Miz, I think, is a perfect way to display both of them right now without taking away from other storylines. Because if you do put that title on to Mello, having Miz around him and having Miz with his arrogance saying, you got this title in the era that The Miz came. So,
yeah.
And then that builds for a great feud later on. That's what I'm looking for in this, because I think a Mellow Miz match that has some energy, has some fuel, has some creativity behind it is going to be phenomenal.
I agree. I agree. I like this direction for Carmelo Hayes. And it's like I said, they're trying to figure something out with Hayes. And yes, that's why we love The Miz, though, because The Miz is, in fact, a tool. The Miz and R-Truth stole the spotlight. They can't miss. They do great together. And I think that it's good for Carmelo to be somebody who already knows how to wrestle great. He's got to learn how to entertain great, too. And I think those are two great entertainers that are going to be around him. Did you say phenomenal? Oh man. So
Bruzy, you're out of control.
Bruzy is crazy. Bruzy is crazy. Lou said that The Miz and Carmelo look like a great mix. Grun, what's your thoughts on it, man? Where are you at?
So I have been waiting to be interested in Carmelo Hayes since he was brought up to from NXT to SmackDown. Yeah. And I can definitely say I've been more interested in him as of late. My interest in him is growing,
sure,
with each week. And I think Miz and Mello are going to have a perfect chemistry together. as a tag team, and I think they'll be perfect when they do eventually split
Yeah.
and start feuding. I think Miz should take a managerial role more so for Mello. Like Mello is champion. He's like, yo, Aldis, what the hell? Like, you didn't get this from me. You didn't get that from me. Miz says, stop it. I'll handle it. Handle it. Aldis, get out of here. I'm gonna get you the champagne, the great room, whatever. Like, just really let Mello grow into that role that he is him, that he needs to be treated as the greatest champion of all time.
Yep.
I
like
that
it.
all feels exactly how it should go.
I like it. I really do. I like the ascension of Carmelo Hayes right now. Him being with the Miz, I mean, him landing with the Miz is probably going to be one of the best things for his career. Seriously, I mean, and I'm not just. I mean, I give the Miz his flowers. Like the Miz is somebody who really just came in and went through what he had to go through, and he's been a WWE champion in 2 different eras. You know, I believe our only two-time Grand Slam champion, I think, is what he is. And man, he's just been a utility tool for the WWE for so long, whether they be wanting him to be WWE champion, mid-card champion, tag team champion, host WrestleMania. He's unselfish in that way, that where he doesn't even have to wrestle. That this dude will be like, oh, you just need me to host, you need me to talk, I got you. Talk show segments, he's got it. Managing talent, he's got it. Being a supporting role in a stable, he's got it. I mean, this dude, listen, man, I as somebody who came up and was like, I cannot stand this Miz guy. He is annoying. He's not a wrestler's wrestler. He's some reality show guy who came in and trying to take his 5 minutes. Nah, this dude loves wrestling. This dude is legitimate. And from somebody who couldn't stand this guy to a point where I absolutely love him, I am a Miz guy, no doubt. Me too, Chat Chief. Me too. Miz is great. A crooked manager would really work for the Miz,
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he has potential. After Heyman hangs it up, he's got potential to be the next greatest manager of all time.
Definitely.
That potential was within him.
No, you're 100% on that. And I've honestly been a Miz guy since he was on The Real World. I thought he was captivating there. He was talking about wanting to be a wrestler at that time. Yeah. It was only when he was drunk he became this persona, and it was fantastic. So to me, the Miz has always been somebody that I kept my eye on and that I've always been rooting for, because to see from him to go from that to go into training to these gimmicks that they were giving. I mean, the dude was coming out with one of those little fucking fake ass fedora hats.
Oh, I remember the fedora hats. They had this man looking like a damn fool.
And then to see where he is now, I mean, look at his life. The dude, like you said, he is everything that a wrestler we hope that they become. It's so dependable, and and it's not just a gimmick. Like he is dependable. He's there whenever they need him for anything, and he keeps us entertained, and that's all you can ask for, really.
Dude, can I not even mention the fact that he's like in ring, he's the best he's ever been? What the fuck, dude? Like, the Miz could literally have another like WWE championship run, and I totally buy it. I totally buy it.
Oh yeah,
because he can get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd love to see him hold the Intercontinental, one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. You know, like this dude is like, I could gush about the Miz for so much longer because the dude is just incredible.
He really is. He really is.
Truly. But you know, we got to keep talking here. We got Smackdown to talk about. We haven't got a chance to talk about this. Even with The Rock, his whole thing to the main news that's coming out, we haven't even got a chance to talk about the show, the twisted bastard that Kevin Owens is, because Kevin Owens sitting over here cutting promos outside of Sami Zayn's house. This dude is on a different level. We're starting to see like waves of Kevin Steen coming to this character, and I think that he's quite possibly, my God, Bruzy.
Leave it to Bruzy to always bring in a Benoit comment.
Bruzy is a madman,
God damn
and
it.
I absolutely love it. I love the madness. Keep it coming, Bruzy. You already know this is a place for you to a safe space for you to be absolutely out of your mind. And the Lou loves it too. He's saying, "Oh my God," but you know that he loves it. We know, Lou. We know. It's okay. This is a safe place for you to let your intrusive thoughts out, Lou. So
Yep, let him fly, Lou.
Oh man, but we're doing that here because we're talking about SmackDown, and we're giving thoughts, and some of them are intrusive, especially when it comes to that Rock promo. But man, SmackDown, man, it was still a good episode, and you
It was
have Kevin
great.
Owens doing his thing. We're going to talk about the predictions and whatnot that we're going to give later, but what are you thinking, man? Grun, what's your thoughts as far as Kevin Owens and where he's at with this character? And Voice, I want to get your thoughts too.
Well, we are seeing probably the best version of Kevin Owens we've seen in WWE. And this is probably going to lead to a Kevin Owens world title reign or a Sami Zayn world title reign.
Okay.
And because like everyone's always enjoyed Kevin Owens, but it's been a while since he's been this diabolical and has grabbed this much attention from the fans. So I man, this is gonna be the match at Elimination Chamber is gonna be brutal. And Kevin Owens, he is making everyone remember that he wasn't Kevin Owens always. He used to be Kevin Steen, and they used to say kill Steen kill.
Yep. They did.
Yeah.
They they absolutely did. Voice, anything you want to add to that, man?
The only thing I'd love to add is we're in the moment as wrestling fans where we're getting to watch best friends live out dreams.
Yeah.
We're in a moment where we get to see these guys not only brutalize each other, but make a masterpiece with the love that they have for each other, for what they have for this form of entertainment. Us as fans, they love us. There's no doubt in my mind that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn desire to make us shocked, to make us clap, to make us sad that their friendship is going this way. They are in heaven right now with the way that they are manipulating our emotions. And it is perfection. And no better two can do that in today's era than these two in this moment, in this time. This is wrestling, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see what they do. And we're going to talk about it later, so I don't want to dig too much deeper because we still have the predictions to do on the other side of the break. But yeah, I'm just, man, this road to WrestleMania, we're almost there. We're getting there. KO stalks Sammy in an El Generico mask. Woo!
I like that.
Oh my god.
All right, Chat Chief, because that's fire. That's fire.
Stick
for
around
sure.
for what we have coming up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're about to get real deep into some talks here, man, on the prediction side of things. But I got to say that once again, this SmackDown was a big SmackDown. You had a lot of good moments come out of it. But once again, we just got to talk about it real quick. We don't have to go too deep into it before we talk about the next thing here. And that's WrestleMania 42 is going to be taking place in New Orleans. They're going to be getting another one. I think the last one they had was 30. If you guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that out there in the chat. If you guys want to check into that, I think it was 30. But yeah, so it looks like it's confirmed, or it is confirmed by The Rock himself, who is of course a partner with the TKO group under the branch of WWE. WWE is part of all of those companies that's under the TKO groupings. business, whatever. But yeah, they announced it. It should be good. Louisiana's a
House,
good
it was
spot.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it was
No, you're good.
WrestleMania 34.
34. Okay, so it was 30 and 34, but 34 was obviously the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't hate it. I think New Orleans is a great place. It's a good destination city. It's a good pivot point because, like, where after Vegas, where do you go from there? And I think that Louisiana is a good spot.
Oh
And then
yeah.
I think after that, WrestleMania will come to Indianapolis. I think we'll get 2027. But your guys's, I don't care who wants to go first. It doesn't matter. You guys' initial thoughts on WrestleMania 42, New Orleans, Louisiana.
I think it's a good pick. New Orleans. Last time it was WrestleMania 30, right? Last time they were in New Orleans.
34.
34.
34.
34.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or now, if I remember correctly, that is when we saw the streak get destroyed and Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan win 2 matches in one night to become the WWE World Heavyweight Undisputed Champion.
That was 30. I think
That was 30?
Yeah, that was 30.
Why am I thinking?
I think 34 was Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, if I'm correct. I'm actually looking into it right now, as a matter of fact. But yeah, I think it was Roman Reigns and Lesnar. Part of that match, WrestleMania match series they had for so many years. Yep. Brock Lesnar defeated Roman Reigns by pinfall for the WWE Universal Championship.
WrestleMania 30 was Brian.
I don't know why I keep mixing.
Because they're both New Orleans, bro.
Wait, they were. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're both.
Yeah,
it was very close to each other when they had those.
Very close, dude. Very close.
Damn.
Yeah,
my man's mind is blown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep, they were literally just 4 years apart, bro. Just like Lou said, they were just 4 years apart. But I think it's gonna be. I think it's cool. Once again, it's one of those destination towns, so yeah, it is what it is. But we're gonna get ready to take a break here. Before we do that, just a couple other things I wanted to note. Tiffany Stratton, great, fantastic. She had a little nip slip there, and yeah, it's making its rounds on the internet.
Yeah.
And it's a thing. I'm just saying. I mean, it was a thing that happened, and now it's making its rounds. But Tiffy, we love her, and we're gonna get Tiffy and Trishy in Toronto. I think that's gonna be a big moment, another passing of the torch moment for Trish. I didn't expect Trish to even be in Louisiana. Like, she was there. Like, are we getting full-time Trish leading up to Mania or what? Like, I know this is her 25 years, but like, were you guys also surprised that Trish was there, or was it just me?
I kind of was. I'm gonna be. I know it's a week away from Elimination Chamber, but I was shocked that she was there.
I was also surprised
because I don't know. Maybe I'm just that far removed from her, but I wouldn't expect her to get the pop she did, and B, to travel for that.
I didn't think she would. I didn't think that you see. I don't know what she's got going on though either, and there's been no speculation about it. Maybe she signed something or is committed to something leading up to WrestleMania. Once again, this is her 25 years, so maybe she's on a tour herself, but she's not trying to announce it or like make it a big because nobody's gonna be able to compete with Cena's farewell tour right now. It's just not. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. But maybe this isn't her farewell, so maybe it's just celebrating 25 years of Stratusfaction. If that's the case, that's fine too. And if we're gonna get a good Trish Stratus run out of it, I'm fine with it because I think Trish Stratus did just fine doing her thing in the women's mid card when she was there trying to build up Zoe Stark. Hey, I'm all for Trish Stratus coming back, and who knows, like maybe would you guys be against a Trish Stratus Intercontinental Champion or Trish Stratus Women's US Champion? I wouldn't. I mean, like,
No,
she'd be a great mid-card champion, I think.
she would be. She would be. And I'd like to say real quick, we got a new chatter, Landis Entertainment Network. What's up? How are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm not going to go through our other depraved fans and what they're saying, but
love them,
those
though.
are
They're
we
great.
do love those. Those are some
Yep.
great talks. But anyways, yeah, I wouldn't be. And plus, Trish still has the ability to give some credibility to a title. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
Mae Young coming back and winning the women's championship over Ivory. You know, it's not
Yeah.
that. So
It's not a parody. It wouldn't seem like a parody of itself.
exactly. So I think you're on the right track. And you're right. Nobody, I mean, unless Bray came back from the grave and did a welcome back tour, that's the only thing that could rival this Cena farewell tour.
Oh yeah.
But
True.
I will say this, Cena is going to overshadow a lot of those if they're trying to get their last year in or their
Yeah.
last moments in. And
Yeah.
I think Trish, though, in her hometown, I think she's going to do fine. And I
Oh,
think
God,
why
yeah.
not give her a little run? Let's see what happens, because her name will bring people. If she's got a title and you get to face her and take that off of her, that just gives you a little more credibility.
Oh yeah.
Sure. No, I love it. I think that honestly, we got Lyra Valkyria, we've got Chelsea Green, and yes, Trisha's helping Tiffy become face to lead up to Mania. Chat Chief, you got it, man. We appreciate you, Landis Entertainment Network. Thank you so much for checking us out. Antonio Fry, the Chat Chief himself, and the Lou thought this was a safe place.
It is, but I'm keeping you safe
Yeah.
from the viewers, so don't you worry.
Oh man, most definitely, man. Jacob Fatu and Solo. Where are we going? Where are we going? Speculation is that these two are looking at a WrestleMania match. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. Grun, what are your thoughts on where we're at with the Samoans right now?
I think that's where we're going. I think with how much more time they're allowing Jacob to talk and cut his promos, he is definitely going to be we are definitely heading towards a Solo Sikoa Jacob Fatu match at WrestleMania. I expect Jacob Fatu to win it, and I expect this time next year we're going to see Jacob Fatu with the title around his waist.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, I am not.
I don't know what title. I'm just saying a title.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. No, I like it. I really do. I really do. Listen. I'll tell you guys what else I like. And this last conversation was actually fire. And we got a lot of great interactions in the chat. We appreciate all you guys, most definitely. Myself, the voice Grunmeister, we are on fire here at In Your House, and we gotta put the flame down a little bit. We just gotta let it simmer a little bit. We gotta take a break, pay some bills, and then when we come back, it's going to be, fuck you, Solo. We're going to come back. We're going to talk some predictions. We're going to talk all things Elimination Chamber. I still don't know who I'm picking. I got to figure it out. I'm going to try to take this commercial break to figure it out. We'll talk to you in a second.
Do you like...
Hello, everyone. It's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world.
Exciting things are happening at the Kokomo Press. Yeah, very exciting things. Not only are we bringing you comedy shows, an open mic once a week, skits, videos, funny jokes on our page, and satire news stories, but now you can support us by going to kokomopress.shop. It's that simple. You go to kokomopress.shop, you find a t-shirt, you find a hat, maybe in the future some stickers and some posters. You go on there, you buy one of those from us, and percentage of the proceeds will go to us and help support what we do. We appreciate every person who just likes, subscribes, does all that. But if you go to kokomopress.shop and you buy something, we'll know who you are. You send us a photo of it. We will post it on our page and shout it out. Thank you so much. Go to kokomopress.shop, buy all your shirts and hats needs, and support the Kokomo Press. Thank you guys so much. kokomopress.shop.
Welcome back to In Your House, and it has already been a great episode, and we're here to say I love you, household, because we're going to give you guys our Elimination Chamber predictions. And man, I'm over here sweating right now. My hands are sweating. I don't know. This Elimination Chamber has some of the biggest implications going into WrestleMania that I can remember in quite some time. I think it was Voice earlier who was talking about making the Elimination Chamber important. I don't think the Elimination Chamber has been more important than it is right now, because we're going to get direct matches leading into the granddaddy of them all, the biggest stage, WrestleMania. And I still don't know who in the hell that I am picking, but we got to jump into it, get into it. So I'm just going to have to figure out and talk my way through it. And we're going to start off. I'm going to start off easy. All right, I got to start off a little easy, because we're going to start with Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Tiffy and Trishy time going up against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Grun, who do you think's winning this match? What's some of your thoughts going into it?
So I'm thinking about this really hard. I've been thinking about this really hard because Nia Jax, I don't think she's clearly she's not out of the title picture yet. So what I've got running through my head is the WWE Women's Title match one-on-one, or is it going to be triple threat?
Mm-hmm.
I say the best thing for this match to be is one-on-one. So I'm going to say Tiffany and Trish win. However, if Nia Jax and Candice LeRae win, I think something happens that causes the WrestleMania main event between Tiffany and Charlotte to become a triple threat, including Nia Jax.
Ooh.
Okay. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay. So this is where I'm at. Tiffany and Trish will win if there is a Trish run. This isn't just a one-off.
Right. Okay.
If they lose, we know we're getting a Trish run, because they're not going to let her win in her hometown if they're going to try to build something going around her. That's just my opinion on that.
Sure.
But if it's going to be a one-off, they win it. Tiffany gets her even more face value out of the win. Nia gets her anger. She'll probably get a decent match if she's not in, works her way into a title picture. But I think, really, I like what Grun said, that he doesn't see Nia out of the title picture, but I kind of do right now.
Okay.
I don't see a place for Nia up there right now. And I'm a huge Nia Jax fan. Like, huge Nia Jax fan. But I just don't see anything up there for her right now. I see something mid-level for her, running a dominant force.
Faction.
Maybe running something like that in the mid-card level.
Maybe put the remainder of the PFC around her. Call it something else.
That, I like that. Yeah, but that's my thing. Those are the only ways I see them winning, Tiffany and Trish. as if Trish isn't going further. To me, if you're going to build something around Trish, you give her a loss in her hometown, and then it's easy riding from there.
Sure, no, I agree with that. When I look at the participants in this match, because that's how I break it down, and I look at it like this. I do not see Tiffany Stratton taking a pinfall leading up to her WrestleMania match. I don't see Nia Jax taking a pinfall because she's Nia Jax and she's a dominant force. I don't really see Trish Stratus taking a pinfall and putting her shoulders on the mat in Toronto. And who does that leave? Well, that leaves Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae, whose trajectory is nowhere near on that of a Nia Jax, nowhere near on that of a Tiffany Stratton, nowhere near on that of a Trish Stratus. I mean, if I'm looking at it in the standpoint of who's going to have their shoulders on the mat, it's Candice LeRae 10 out of 10 times. And, when I think about that in that way, that makes me think that you're going to have Tiffy and Trishy stand tall in Toronto. And Trish is going to be like, hey, this is I'm the hometown girl. Give all your love and adulation to this girl over here who's the champion, who I praise and have co-signing for. And basically what John Cena did for Jey Uso at the Royal Rumble. And Trish is telling the world, hey, Tiffany, she's the it girl. She's the next girl. She's not Charlotte Flair 2.0. She's Tiffany Stratton. And I think that that's just going to help Tiffany's trajectory going into her match with Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, who I'm standing on business and saying ultimately Tiffany Stratton is going to put Charlotte Flair's shoulders to the mat at WrestleMania and hit that other level of trajectory by retaining the championship at WrestleMania.
Wow, she's got some big stories to fill there.
Yep.
And those, if they go that route, imagine the stock in Tiffy time.
Oh, dude, come on. Like, she's like, they pretty much that is the blueprint. That is the breadcrumbs to take her from star to superstar. You know what I'm saying? Because after she beats Charlotte Flair to retain her championship at WrestleMania, the rest of the title reign is going to be cake after that for the most part until there's the next woman that they're like, hey, this is who we want to take the title off you. But then even after they take the title off of Tiffany Stratton, what can you do with her next? Oh, let's put her in advertisements. Oh, there's a movie where she can up her trajectory. Let's put her in movies. Tiffany Stratton, if everything continues to go right with her and she does what I think she's going to do, and that's stand tall in Toronto and get the torch passed to her by Trish Stratus, and then beat Charlotte Flair and get the torch passed to her again from Charlotte Flair, I think that that's just going to set her up to be like, okay, this is it. We're going to do everything with her. We're strapping the rocket to her. She's going to be our next big time WWE megastar.
Yeah. That sounds perfect for her. And if that's how they're going with it, that is going to be the fairy tale story, because it's so good, and you could see her actually taking that and running with it.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's that other side, and if you pull that rug out from under all of that, how much more can you build on that in this next 6 months? How much more power could you put behind her? It's interesting. Where we're at with Tiffany Stratton right now.
It is a very interesting spot to be in with somebody who honestly is, and here's the thing. This is the awesome thing about, and we're not getting off track, ladies and gentlemen. We're still giving our predictions. And this is just us breaking down what is likely going to be the freaking cool off match, compared to everything else we're going to see in this match. So just think about how deep cut we're going to get with the other three matches here. But I'm just saying with Tiffany Stratton, she's just one of many of incredibly compelling characters in WWE right now. Great in-ring competitors, but compelling characters. And that's exactly the formula for what you have and to make wrestling great in 2025. Tiffany Stratton is really the it girl right now of WWE.
100.
Absolutely. I would just like to propose one other idea that you do with her when you take the title off of her. I'm in this fantasy. Rhea Ripley is also no longer champion. Someone else has earned the right to be champion over her. Put Rhea and Tiffany in the tag team.
Okay, let's do it.
Strange Bedfellows tag team. But you know what? I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it would be entertaining and enjoyable.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah,
would be.
no. I mean, it's basically Oppenheimer and Barbie, bro. Like that's what it is. Like I love it. That'd be great too.
Yeah, I think that would make money.
We totally agree. Totally agree. But okay, so yeah, I'm saying Tiffy and Trishy win it. Voice, you were saying that they lose. Is that what you're thinking? Ultimately,
It all, to me, it all depends on if Trish is going to run. If she's going to do
Sure.
a run, I think they lose.
Okay.
But if she's not, it's a one-time thing. I think they win. And I like what I believe this is. Yep. Chat Chief said Trish pins Candice, Nia goes off. I think you do it that way.
Yeah.
If it's a one-off. But if she's going to keep going, I would like to see Trish not get a win. And that kind of, because then that builds between Tiffany and Trish, because Tiffany can blame Trish for that loss, and then you got a feud there for up until Mania.
You know what I would do if you really wanted to get to Grun's idea, which was the triple threat between Tiffy and Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax, right?
Yeah.
That was what you had, Grun? Just
Yeah.
making sure. Okay. So to get to that, this is just and then we're going to get to the Sammy and Kevin match next, but it's just my mind is just wandering a little bit now wrestling wise. What I would do is I would have Tiffy and Trishy win. Trish pin Candice. Nia goes off. Ultimately, the next Friday Night Smackdown, because you're going to end the match with Trish and Tiffy standing tall and having that passing of the torch moment. The next Smackdown, you have Candice LeRae apologizing. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I lost or whatever. And basically, what Nia does is, oh, it's okay. You don't have to ever worry about screwing up or anything like that again because we're done. And that's when she crushes. That's when she crushes Candice LeRae, gets Candice LeRae out of there. And even if they want to have it to where you have Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler come out and like surround the ring almost Shield style, and then have them come in and just start. Because instead of Nia doing it herself, because Nia could do it herself, but if she comes and has her new minions come and beat them up, boom, and then you rebrand the PFC, you make Nia Jax as the dominant centerpiece and the talking and the mouthpiece, and then Shayna and Zoe be basically like the heavies and the henchmen, and then they go for the women's tag champions at the same time that Nia Jax is going for the women's tag championship.
I would buy into that.
Be good, right?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. I mean, everybody involved in that are people I enjoy watching, and I think that are really Zoe. I can't wait for her to make a big splash in this promotion. I'm a huge Zoe
Bro,
fan.
you know, me and you are not quiet about our fandom for Zoe Stark. Like, I enjoy her work so much.
Yeah. And I just think having somebody like Nia running a crew with Zoe in there.
I agree.
And Shayna, I mean,
Nia can talk.
Yeah, she can talk. Dude, P has turned me completely on my negative train of Shayna over the year. Like I do see what he's talking about with Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, for sure.
She's amazing. She can definitely hold that whatever they were trying to build with Ronda. I think Shayna does it way better.
Yeah, listen, man. enjoy Shayna Baszler and her work. I am a huge fan of Zoe Stark. My whole mindset is turned around about Nia Jax. Nia Jax is entertaining, and she does know how to hold her own on the mic. She'd be perfect. Her and the remaining members of the PFC would really just be a faction made in heaven for the women's main event scene, the women's mid-card scene, the women's tag team championship scene. Guys, if you're listening to us, because I know that there's been times WWE has heard this podcast in the time, do that. Do that. Put the remaining members of the PFC around Nia Jax and watch magic be made.
Yeah.
But hey, all right. We're giving them free ideas here. Oh, the chat sheet.
Jesus Christ.
We love it, man. We love it. But listen, we got to get to. All right, it's about to get really hard now. This damn prediction show that has been killing me to do, but now we went from the easy part. We're going from easy to like legendary mode. I don't know, y'all gamers out there, whether it be like, if you're a sports gamer, it's like Hall of Fame. If it's like RPGs, it's like legendary. We're about to jump from the easy mode to the hard mode is basically what I'm saying. And now we got to get to Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. This match is unsanctioned, going down in their home country of Canada, Toronto to be specific. Voice, who in the hell do you got in this match?
Well, I think the ref he'll walk away unscathed. Honestly, this is just a feud of brothers. How do you pick what brother is going to win?
Yeah, this is hard.
This is a family fight. This has fuel that we'll never understand. But we do understand it because you have brothers. You have that guy who you want to be better than, in a sense, like when you compete against them. Man, I like the discussion we were having earlier before we went live.
Before we went on air, yeah.
Yeah. And in my head, that's the scenario that's gotta happen, because where else do you go with this? This isn't the end. This can never be the end. This is going further. So it's got to go to Mania. So there has to be a reason why. Why are we at Mania with this feud still when just we had a blowout at the Elimination Chamber? So do we give a guy a win, or do we have something go too far to where nobody's declared a winner? And you have to have that. You're forced to have it. Or if we give a guy a win, that other guy has to force the other one. And like I said at the top of the show, I'm sitting here as I'm discussing all this wrestling talk. I'm watching No Way Out, or No Mercy of 99. And right now I'm seeing Heat. You guys remember Heat?
Oh, yeah. Sunday Night Heat.
Barely.
Okay, so they had a pre-show that was actually a show before pay-per-views.
Yes, Grun. Basically, it was the last show that you can see on national television before they took it exclusively to pay-per-view. It was actually a really genius idea at that time.
Okay.
So I'm watching this, Grun. Okay. And I'm noticing stories that are even pushed to its final limit right before you go live, and you put an end to that story, or you put another chapter to that story. And I think that's what we need here. Like the way these two can push a story, the way these two can make us wonder what's next. I think that's where we're at. If I got to pick a winner, I'm going to say Sami, just because right now I think Kevin, his insanity, the chat chief put it up there earlier.
He's spiraling, dude.
Yeah, the Brian Pillman aspect, and I think KO is playing that perfectly. So if I have to pick a winner, I'm going to say Sami, which pushes KO to unbelievable moments to
You're
where
gonna do something sick.
Yeah, to where there's another one at Mania.
Okay. Grun?
I'm going to throw a curveball here.
Okay.
I'm going to say the match does not have a winner. It is called off due to both men being unable to continue.
Ooh.
I love that too. I love that too. That's good stuff. Because that's very Sammy and Kevin. That's a very Sammy and Kevin thing that happened. And what I really love about it is that it leads them to WrestleMania. Most definitely. Listen, oh man, here we go. Because me and Voice, we are children of the Attitude Era. We are children of ECW, and we've seen things get taken to an uncomfortable extreme. So, so it's 100% more likely that they would do a no contest finish between those two for them to really blow it off at WrestleMania. More likely than what they or what I'm about to say. And how I would have it is basically what Chat Chief is saying, and Sammy wins, and this just further adds to the spiral that is Kevin Owens' mental state. I would also assume that with it being in their home country, that Sami Zayn's wife and child would likely be there in the front row of the match. And I can definitely see a scenario where, Sammy wins and has his moment in his hometown and there and it's a victory. He wins it. But then I could also see a scenario where he's like, "This is it. This is over. It's time. It's time for me to move forward. I'm ready to make my intentions set that I'm going for a championship at WrestleMania." He brings his wife and kid in the ring, and they share a beautiful moment. They're in the middle of the ring in his home country, in an Elimination Chamber, a PLE that has meant so much to him in the recent years. Just a couple years prior to, he competed against Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber for the, championship, the undisputed championship. At the time, Roman Reigns was the holder, and Sami Zayn's pop was incredible. He's had moments there in his home country. He shares a moment with his wife and his kid, but while he's doing that, bip, here comes Kevin Owens from behind. Kevin Owens, boop, 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 puts the beat down, gets the shoe, puts the shoes to Sami Zayn, got him in the corner there. Boop, 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 boop. Then you have Sammy's wife. Sammy's wife gets their child out of the way. Sammy's child gets out of the ring, goes with like a referee or an official or something, like, "Hey, we gotta figure the situation out, but nothing more important than getting the kid out of there. We gotta get the kid out, Boop, 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 boop. While all this is happening and they're trying to get the kid out, you're not even paying attention to the fact that Kevin Owens just brought out handcuffs, and while he's putting the boots to him, that's when they start to realize he's handcuffing Sami Zayn to the ring post or to the rope or whatever. All the time you have Sammy's wife is there trying to dispatch him, but she's a woman and he's a grown man. He's like, "Stop, stop, stop," and he does it and gets Sammy handcuffed. Sammy's like, "What the hell is going on?" He finally comes to after the barrage of offense that he had just taken, realizes he's handcuffed, and that's when you realize that Kevin Owens is alone in the ring with Sammy's wife. And what can we see there? We can see a moment where Kevin Owens totally loses himself. We can damn near see a Randy Orton moment. You You know the Randy Orton I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any Randy Orton. I'm talking about 2009 Voices Randy Orton, where this sick son of a bitch could take Sami Zayn's wife, put her up, package pile driver, laser her out right in front of Sami Zayn's eyes while he's handcuffed. This sick son of a bitch will be walking out just like looking in his face like, what did I just do? Did I really just do that? Sami made me do it. Why did you make me do it? And it's just, my God, leads you to the ultimate WrestleMania blood feud match.
I like it.
Yeah.
I really do. I think this is a perfect setup for you to be able to pull these things off with the two people involved,
Yeah.
with the actual real life friendship that we do know of them. I would like to say this. I pushed it even further when we were
God, you did.
discussing this.
You did.
I say we have the kid involved, and we have to the point to where KO goes to pick up this child for the package pile driver.
Oh yeah, you're a sick bastard.
Security comes out, stops it, and then because the wife is like, okay, Kevin, okay, we'll do it. And you have the Raven Sandman moment where Kevin Owens abducts the family.
Oh
and
my God!
up until oh yeah, because you're playing in here. I'll play in a Chat Chiefs world. Yeah, you're at the hospital. Sami Zayn's alone. Sami Zayn's getting worked on. The doctors are saying, "Hey, Sami, we got to go in and repair something. You're internally bleeding." No wife, no child, no family member there because a psycho just stole your family. So everybody's trying to chase down the psycho. You'll be fine. And then you have to go through all this alone. We see segments, we see videos, we see amazing storytelling told to us in a sick and twisted way. Because where else can we go with the hatred that these two are supposed to have with each other?
Yeah. And you know what? If you're going to go that angle, I would almost have it to where Kevin would come out like weekly leading up to WrestleMania saying, I've basically told Sami Zayn he could come and get his family back, but he has to come get them at WrestleMania. But he's not cleared to compete. He can't compete. He can't face me. And he does this like every week up until the last like Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania, when he's like, this is your last chance, Sami, to answer the call. If you want your family, you can come get them by facing me at WrestleMania. And then finally, Sami's music hits on the Go Home show to WrestleMania. And he's like, comes out, runs out, don't even say nothing. Boop, 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 boop. Get him down. Then you have Kevin Owens leave the ring after the beatdown. He's there on the stage, clearing his face off. Yeah, Sami Zayn gets a mic and he's basically like, me, you, WrestleMania. Crowd goes nuts, ape shit, because they haven't seen Sami since Elimination Chamber. It would be huge, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love it.
Look at Grun's face.
Yeah. So Grun, just to let you know, me and Howse have seen some shit with them being very open with abducting families. We lived through a whole Wild West wrestling world.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, AEW like kind of gave me an insight into how wild and crazy pro wrestling is outside of WWE.
Child's play.
Oh dear God.
There was a time where we all thought Stone Cold Steve Austin got shot by Brian Pillman for an entire week. We thought Steve Austin was dead.
Yep.
Damn.
These are true facts.
Because he invaded a man's house.
Yep.
Wow.
Remember when Stone Cold got hit by a car and we didn't know who it was for months?
Yep.
I'm telling you, bro, like we've seen some crazy messed up stuff. I mean, you had Undertaker abducting Stephanie's about to sacrifice her. Like, come on, bro. Like, Sami pulls out the gun.
Dude, I've seen Raven crucified on a steel cage and then get blasted by Tommy Dreamer with a steel chair straight to his face, knocked his ass out while he hung there. They hung the big boss man in front of us. They literally hung him in the middle of the ring. His legs are flailing.
Yep, they didn't know.
Mount Venus was going to get his pee-pee choppy. Like, come on. I mean, come on. Oh, my gosh. I mean,
yeah. Bruzy, you're right. She was abducted by the Taker and forced into a cult. It was a weird time.
Mae Young gave birth to a hand.
These were the reasons why children were not allowed to watch WWE in the 90s.
But we did.
We watched it anyway, dude.
We watched it, man. we watched it anyway. We showed our parents
WCW.
We were like, yeah, this is wrestling. 9 o'clock hits, dude, you're watching Raw. And you don't know what's happening. They had dog shit matches, okay? Dude. Where bulldogs literally shit in kennels, and they went and picked it up and had it outside the ring. Guess who was in that match? The Rock
Nick
and
Bully?
Ken Shamrock.
Okay.
No, The Rock and the British Bulldog.
What the fuck?
90s parents didn't care, dude.
You tell that to Chris Van Vliet. I don't think his parents would agree.
Dude, my mom and them were there watching it with us. They were like, oh my God, you see what they're doing?
Look at Bruzy, poor Bruzy.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed to watch it. It's a good thing, Bruzy.
Theft, drugged, and married. Like, come on, dude. Like, yeah, crazy times, man. Crazy times. We're having a crazy time here at In Your House, just having fun, man, getting real speculative and talking WrestleMania, man, because it's about that time. It's that exciting time. I've been ready for this time, honestly, because as great as last year's Road to WrestleMania was, I feel like this year's is going to be even better. But now it's about to get real tough, man. We're getting real into the thick of things here. The difficulty is rising again. Voice, Grun, and members of the household out there checking us out. The women's elimination chamber match, and my God, there's a lot of different ways that this can go because the participants, Grun and Voice, are Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, Roxanne Perez. Grun,
yep.
What do you think, man? Because I'm still messed up, man. I don't know. I'm last. I gotta be last.
Okay.
So I've been thinking this over through and through, and I can only think that the winner is probably potentially maybe going to be the one and only prodigy of the WWE, Roxanne Perez.
What? Okay. Talk to me.
Talk to me. She is 23 years old. She has been dubbed prodigy before she got to WWE. She was dubbed the prodigy. She probably by Booker T when she was still a student of his. She was the prodigy in Ring of Honor. She has been the prodigy pretty much her entire wrestling career. So why not have her win? Even if you have her lose to Rhea, does that actually hurt her? You just told the WWE universe that this woman, Roxanne Perez, we've got faith that she's going to be the next big thing in the women's division.
I like it. I don't hate it. I mean, if we're living in a timeline where Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez are the next top girls of WWE, okay, I'm good. I'm fine. That does not bother me in the slightest bit. That's a great future to have. I mean, for certain. So I like that pick. Like I said, listen, man, it's early. Where Elimination Chamber is coming up. We still are like about 2 months out from WrestleMania. Speculating is what we do here. This is exactly what we're here to do, and I really like that idea. Voice, what do you got, man? Because I'm still on the fence on some things. I'm still trying to work through some things. Who do you got?
Well, this is a very unique Elimination Chamber because there are multiple avenues that make sense, explain why, answer questions that we've had and that they've been telling us stories. I mean, here we are, and I got to go with the chat chief. And I thought about this, and I truly think Bianca goes.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
think we also see Bianca turn against Jade,
Okay.
That'd be big.
against Naomi.
Okay. Okay.
And she comes out and she says, hey, time to stop story time with everybody. Jade, I took you out because for some reason when you came in here, you thought you were going to ride my coattails. What have you done by yourself, Jade? Naomi, every time you get into somebody's business, you want to act like you're the one pulling all the strings. Guess what? It's Belair time. And she takes over, and we get a Bianca run, and we get what we've seen with the chat chief, Bianca Rhea, and we get Bianca over Rhea because it is time for Bianca to take her reign up there. I know we just got Rhea back recently. Rhea's doing all she's done. She defeated Liv. Great, whatever. Don't care. It's Bianca's time to set upon the throne of the women's division, and I think we get it proven with up until WrestleMania, and she gets a long, beautiful run where nobody can touch her.
Voice, I gotta be absolutely honest with you, man. I totally subscribe to that. You have talked because listen, I love the idea of Roxanne Perez winning the chamber. But for me, and I love Roxanne Perez and I love Grun's idea, but I think that Roxanne Perez doing the chamber itself is the win for her. Her just being there is the win because this is basically saying we're taking you from somebody who had the longest time in the Women's Royal Rumble match. You're an NXT superstar. We like what you're doing. Let's go ahead and put you on the next PLE and put you in a prime spot in a very important Elimination Chamber match. This is great for Roxanne Perez. Right there, I think, is the victory. Bayley has been moving at an interesting pace, very interesting pace for sure. But I don't think that Bayley, who just came off a big WrestleMania match herself last year, I don't think she needs to be in that conversation right now. Bayley's at a very interesting time where she's showing up to every show. She's showing up on NXTs. She's doing she's doing NBA All-Star Celebrity Games. She's proven where she needs to be at. I don't think she needs to be in that spot right now. Alexa Bliss, too early from her return to put her in that spot. I don't think that you do that right now. Liv Morgan, that's a little bit too obvious. I think you can move towards Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania, and that'll be just fine for both those ladies. I think there's a reality where Bianca Belair could turn on Naomi in this chamber match, reveal herself as the one who assaulted Jade Cargill. This is basically her shedding off the dead weight in two ways. One with Jade Cargill back in November, and another with turning and betraying Naomi in the chamber and calling her shot and taking her spot for sure, which could lead to a heel Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, let's not forget, she has been very gracious in a way that she's just a tag team champion. She's been on the women's mid card for a while now, helping build up people like Jade, having storylines with Naomi. And I'm just going to say this. Every now and again, we'll see Bianca Belair do like a Smackdown or Raw main event or something or maybe she's in the mid card or something in a singles match. And I quickly remember why Bianca Belair is in fact the EST, because when she's in a singles match, she puts out bangers. I mean, she is an easy, 5-star match machine, and it's almost like automatic with her. And she's already, let's face it, she could call it quits tomorrow and she's a WWE Hall of Famer. But I think that you still have to get the best out of the prime of Bianca Belair. And I think that the big money match going into WrestleMania is Jade Cargill Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Plus, we have the chat chief. He did say this. We possibly get oh shit, it jumped. We possibly get Jade and Bianca. You know what?
Yeah.
Take Bianca out of that and put in Bailey. Jade hasn't even beat Bailey, so how can she get to Bianca?
I think that Bailey is a good, safe match for Jade Cargill too. Bailey being one of like the better like ring generals in the women's division. I think like the only way you can really protect Jade Cargill better than somebody like a Bailey is like a Natalia. You know, Natalia's one of the best in the ring as far as, and I'm not talking about like, the big WrestleMania match. I'm not saying Jade and Natalia is a big WrestleMania match. I just like, but there it is. One of the safest, most cleanest, most efficient in the ring.
Yeah.
If it's not Bailey, it's got to be somebody like a Natalia.
Yeah. And chat chief, if you go back almost a year's worth of episodes, the household and everybody on the team has been calling for this. I've been calling it the Nation of Domination 2.0 because that's what I see it. And I see Bianca running it. So her being like a Ron Simmons Farouk type character, that would be so epic. And
it would hit right
now.
It would
oh
hit.
My God, dude, I would be wearing their gear. It would be like, it would be awesome. Oh, I would give them my money. They would get my money on that one.
It would be absolute fire. I love it. But yeah, here's the thing. It's going to be interesting to see. And for me to say that is for me to say this before we get to the men's Elimination Chamber match, which is going to be even harder to try to figure out. I love this. This is a good problem to have, that we have no clue who's winning these chambers. Like, yes, I've been stressed coming into this episode, and I got through the women's Elimination Chamber match because Voice made some sense of it and talked me into it. But like, I love the fact that I have no clue, no earthly clue who I'm picking. It's a great time in wrestling right now where, I mean, us longtime watchers, Grunmeister, maybe not as long as myself and Voice, but even you've probably been through those stints as a wrestling fan where it's like, I can look at the card and I can tell you exactly who's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly who's going to win. Now, that's not so clear, and I love it.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, I have too much money. What am I going to do? That's what I feel like right now. Because again, another Elimination Chamber where you could potentially go so many places. Grun, do you have a pick?
For the men's?
Yeah, for the men's.
Okay.
All right. My pick, I think you know my pick, John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena. Okay, John Cena. Why do you? So you think we're going right into John Cena versus Cody clean? Do you think The Rock comes into this, or what do you think?
I think the match that we need to see is a babyface Cody Rhodes versus a babyface John Cena. You have Cody Rhodes. He is doing everything he can to protect the WWE, build it up, and do everything the same way John Cena has done it. John Cena has nothing but respect, admiration, and appreciation for everything that Cody Rhodes has done. But Cody needs to understand that the fans want this, that this is what's best for business. What's best for business is John Cena becoming the WWE champion one more time and holding that title until his final match in December.
Ooh, okay. This is a Cena guy.
Now you guys gotta remember, like I'm still thinking this could be an angle that they go down, which is Cena relinquished the title in December and says, you're not having a tournament to determine who's winning this title. This title, the winner will be determined via the Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble match. Royal Rumble
Yeah,
match.
it's in Saudi Arabia, but it's like, you know what? The Sauds would like it. That would be a huge match for Saudi Arabia to be able to have the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, and the men's Royal Rumble match determines the new undisputed WWE champion.
See, the reason why that I think that would be a good idea is because the Saudis always they want to feel special.
Yep.
When WWE goes to them, they want something that's going to make them feel special and big. And I think that having a championship be determined at the Royal Rumble would do just that and make them feel those feelings of, hey, look at me, that Saudi Arabia loves to have anytime a WWE event comes their way.
Yeah, I like that. Grun, I knew you were going with Cena. We've talked about it.
Yep.
I'd like to point this out, Chat Chief. We got you on that. Don't worry. Yep.
There it is.
There you go. We got you on that one. But I'm gonna go, and I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people. I'm going Logan Paul.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I think you can get away with having him win this one time. I don't say make him a champion, not yet. But I will say it would make so much hatred happen. Just imagine guys like Grun thinking Cena's going to win this. And then one of the people that he desperately does not want to win this wins this. You have that angle, and I think right now you could play that angle. So I'm going to play in that playground, and I'm saying Logan Paul. That's who I'm going with, and it wouldn't surprise me if we got Chat Chief saying in here, Cena wins corporate, Rock adds Punk to make it harder for Cody for not selling his soul. What if Logan Paul takes up The Rock's offer and becomes corporate Logan Paul, and
Yeah.
The Rock is behind?
Yeah.
Oh, so much more hatred. So much more hatred towards
So
this guy.
much more hatred for sure. I mean, yeah, corporate Logan Paul, that most definitely has legs. You know, it would explain why we see the Prime logo in the center of the ring. It would explain why we see the hydration station near commentary. And yeah, he's just a
Grun
complete
looks so defeated.
Yeah, he's just a complete corporate sellout. And he's Rock's boy. He's his guy, his chosen crony to be the champion and just spew all of his crap. And that's exactly what Rock wants for Cody. He wants Cody to be his corporate suck boy and spew all of Rock's crap that he wants put into the masses, and he filters it through Cody. I think Cody's not going to subscribe to that in the grand scheme of things because he considers himself to be the people's champion. But you know what would be super shocking? If somebody who considered themselves the voice of the voiceless, if somebody who considered themselves a man of the people, if somebody who considered himself the leader of the masses sold his soul for a WrestleMania main event. That's right, CM Punk, somehow with the help of whatever corporation that Rock is going to put together, sells his soul, wins the Elimination Chamber, cashes his ticket to WrestleMania, and we see Rock we see Rock with CM Punk, and CM Punk will be facing up against Cody Rhodes for the championship at WrestleMania. Could we see suited up CM Punk?
Oh,
It would be something very different that we've never seen before because CM Punk's not a suit guy.
He's not.
He is not, but we're in an era where all bets are off. In this time, you need to make something for yourself. Corporate CM Punk is not an avenue we have explored.
No.
this could be interesting. And plus to do this angle without Vince being at the helm and
Yep, even
CM
better.
Punk finally caving.
It could be magic. Don't get me wrong. There's legs with straight up face Cody and straight up face John Cena. Don't get me wrong. There's legs there. Double down on the hatred with Logan Paul by making him corporate Logan Paul. You can do a lot with that. But I'm saying that if for some reason Paul's favor came into play and he had Paul Heyman pull some strings with The Rock to because we don't know what the favor is and we don't know when the favor is going to come into play. What if when Cody decides no, I'm not going to be your corporate suck boy. I'm not going to be that guy. What if Punk isn't paying attention and that's when he calls Paul immediately? Hey, I'm calling in the favor. Get your people, get them in contact with The Rock. Tell The Rock I'll take that spot if he's willing to offer it up, and we could come together, figure something out for me to win the Elimination Chamber match. They make that call pretty much right after Cody says no and Rock comes backstage. They maybe even meet him backstage, and start, dabbling and whatnot. We don't see any of this. We see nothing, but we hear about it later, and it's explained to us later after we're all shocked that CM Punk went corporate. So, there's just so many different ways that you can take it. And here's the thing, and it's like I said to you guys in the group chat last night, you can do it with almost anybody in that Elimination Chamber, and it's plug and play for the corporate angle.
True. I like this idea. I do. Grun, I know it deflates a lot of your Cena love, but there's still a chance that they go the Cena route. Mm-hmm. But let's take one of the fans throwing out a fun theory. We have Nick Teodoro.
Okay.
He's also a creator out there. Here's his link out there. You can check that out.
Yes.
So let's play in his comment real quick.
Okay.
So he's saying, fun theory, CM Punk leads a group of the LFG wrestlers on the main roster sometime around the summer. So my question to you guys is, A, do we want to see CM Punk run a group again? And B, would it be, let's just say it, best for business for CM Punk to even do this and like Nick's saying, it's a fun theory.
Sure. And this is what we're here to do. So I'll answer the question. Yeah, I do want to see Punk run another faction, but let's go with this. Instead of LFG wrestlers, let's do it with this little Shield 2.0 group that they're doing at NXT. Let them be the guys that he leads. You know why? Because then it helps legitimize it a little bit. Because who actually creatively thought of the Shield? CM Punk. The Shield was CM Punk's idea. So what if he was able to take these groups, and it wouldn't be the first time he did it. Remember when he became the leader of the Nexus? He was also the leader of the Nexus. So why couldn't he do it with this group of young upstarts that are basically his idea from years ago that took off anyway, and he tried to relive those days through these, and it helps legitimize these no names. It helps them. So I'd say that. I'd be down with that.
Grun, you got any thoughts on that idea? I know you're like, fuck, man, we were talking about Cena and good times. And
I know, right?
You guys have just come in and destroyed my idea.
Destroyed his dream.
I don't, at this moment, I don't think I want a CM Punk group unless it turns out that this group is the Shield 2.0 that's been running around NXT right now.
Okay.
Just because that would be the only thing that would really do well, because any other case, it has to be The Rock putting it together. CM Punk is like, hey, the enemy of my enemy is my friend or something. And we're like, hey, this is an opportunity. I was willing to take it because it's my dream. You don't like, yells at the fans like, "You don't like it? Fuck you! It's my dream. Why are you saying I can't have my dreams, but you fat fucks can have your dream?"
Goddamn Grun.
I mean, Punk would absolutely say stuff like that and
Oh yeah,
completely insult them in the most unclever but most hurtful way possible.
yeah, and it
For
would
sure.
be entertaining. People
Yeah.
there would be a section that would gravitate to a corporate like Punk to where
Yeah.
he is. I don't know, man. I think it would be a fun time.
It would. It would.
And plus, imagine John Cena having to go up against that
Ooh, that'd be good
in his
too.
farewell tour.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? That would almost be poetic, because if you remember back in 2011, Money in the Bank, it was Vince McMahon who was basically telling John Cena, you have to beat CM Punk, you have to bring the title back to the company. So basically at that time in 2011, CM Punk was the corporate guy who Vince was like, win it, you have to win it, bring it back to the company. And it was CM Punk who represented the people and the masses, who took the title in Chicago and took it into the crowd and left the company with it, and was basically telling a story. What if all these years later, Punk is the corporate guy and John Cena has to be the one to try to take the title and bring it back to the masses and be the guy? Man, that is just such poetic. It's poetic right there,
That
bro.
would be a beautiful story.
Insane.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be nuts. But I'll say this. We're gonna slide out of here. Call this a really great episode. Grun's heart is broken. He's gonna cry into his John Cena hand towel. And
Wait, before we go into this, we have to talk one more topic real quick,
okay, sure.
because they're just making such a big case for themselves. Solo and Jacob, are we getting this Mania match?
Yes.
think
Is
so.
this going to happen?
Yes, I think so.
I feel good about it.
Did you guys see the look that Jacob gave after the super kick was landed on Solo? And it was, to me, it read, did I make a mistake? Like,
Yeah.
he's questioning, did that even matter? Like,
Yeah.
that I hit him with that? Like, it wasn't concern. It wasn't anything like that. It was like, okay, I kicked Solo in the face. I don't know, man.
I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. But before we do slide out of here, I gotta say this, because it's one thing that I've been noticing. Grun, you've been noticing. Voice has been the same with you. This crossover deal with TNA and NXT is really getting crazy, dude. It's really hitting a whole nother level. Myself and Annie talked about it on the Raw deal with Howse and O'Neil. We talked to everything that's happened. The Hardys are coming this coming Tuesday. You got Moose that's showing up. He's going to be wrestling at Roadblock against Obafemi. Obafemi is showing up to TNA. I mean, there's just so much crazy things happening. And I wanted to make sure we threw that in there. Grun, this crossover is crazy, and you've been really paying a whole lot of attention to it. Where are you at right now with all this?
This is now there's speculation that TNA is eventually going to get bought by WWE, and it's like I personally don't see that happening, because you know what, they're doing fine on their own. They're in a good spot. It's a good relationship. There's no reason why WWE needs to buy them out. And Hendry versus Cena, I think we need to see that before the year's out.
God,
I
you
think,
trying to make
sure.
Grun come? Jesus Christ, man.
but I mean, like, this is crazy, like, because Obafemi versus Moose, that is absolutely a dream match.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
That is, and with the speculate now, right now, I couldn't tell you who's gonna win, because I can make an argument for Moose winning, I can make an argument for Oba winning. But
and this is at Roadblock, right? They're doing it
Yeah.
at Roadblock? Okay.
yeah, they're doing it at Roadblock. And the rumor right now is that both the NXT Championship and Moose's X Division Championship will be on the line.
Oh,
Now, if that is the truth, if that is confirmed, then Moose ain't winning. Obafemi is winning.
that
That
would
is
be insane.
in absolute insanity.
A
If-
WWE contracted superstar holding a TNA title while simultaneously holding the company's biggest title in NXT would
Yeah.
be insane.
Yes, it would. It would then push Moose or Obafemi to go to NXT, have a match with Khan, maybe. Those who don't remember, Khan was actually Connor from the Ascension.
Yes, I remember. I do remember that.
Like there are a slew of people there for Obafemi to fight, and I did forget about Hammerstone.
Ooh,
Hammerstone is in TNA as well, still, I believe.
He is. He is. I think he's still under
Right.
contract here with him.
And that Obafemi versus Hammerstone, crazy. Obafemi versus Eric Young, Matt Cardona. While he's not contracted to TNA, he's shown up there more than once.
He has.
It's
Oh
like
man, Nick Nemeth. Have him
Nick
against Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick Nemeth. Yeah, I would throw this out there, Ace Austin, because like Ace Austin, I think is is one of their top talents. And
Oh man, I was just in the locker room with him a couple weeks ago.
oh yeah,
and oh yeah, he was in the main event that I was managing Paragon in. So yeah,
nice.
yeah, yep. I worked with Ace a couple times. I saw him at Royal Rumble Week 2. Ace is one of the coolest dudes ever.
I mean, like he has been one of the highlights for TNA as of a couple years ago when he was going up. I can't remember. He had a Madman Fulton as his manager, as his bodyguard.
Yes, yes. Yep, I remember that time too. Hammerstone versus Jacob Fatu, MLW, run it back. Most definitely. I'd love to see that. Those two cats going out of MLW, they had some great matches. Big, meaty men, slapping meat, but can both fly really well too. So yeah, but I gotta say, I'm enjoying this whole situation with TNA, and it just makes me think: is TNA becoming a more watchable product? Because it's really not only is it putting on a great product and also working really well with NXT and WWE. It's also become pretty polarizing because I know, Voice, you were bringing up, you had talked about in the group chat a little bit about all the Tessa Blanchard stuff and understanding all of that. And I know you saw it too, and I'm pretty sure the household saw it too. She was getting "you're a racist" chants, the "coming for you Hogan" chants, and man, it's tough right now if you're Tessa Blanchard, for sure.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and we talked about it because, like I even said when we started talking about it, I didn't know the particulars of it, anything like that. And then it was explained to me. So at the end of the day, just apologizing and making, like, you can accept your wrongdoings from the past because there's always a future in which you can fix it and you can redeem yourself. So, it's just getting to a point that maybe it's time for her to stop listening to people around her, because I can only assume that it's people giving her bad advice to not address this. But when you're getting Hogan chants, ooh,
That's not good.
yeah, you've crossed a line to the point where I don't know if you don't accept your wrongdoings, if there's going to be a redemption tour for you. I mean, I'm an outsider looking in, and that's my opinion on it. Grun, I know you've probably followed it a little more than I have.
Yeah, I have, and there are been, and what I've been able to confirm from my own research is that there have been multiple women in multiple different promotions that have these same or similar allegations against her. And Tessa Blanchard, like, everything we've heard about her, she's not she's not on the level of Hogan as far as like just
Being a
unfixable.
draw.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could argue that she's a draw because she was one of the first, because she had a banger match against Brian Cage and Sami Callihan during her run as TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And
She's great. She's a great wrestler.
Yeah, it's like TNA believes there is something special about her, and I don't think any of us are going to disagree with that. I think the question is, I mean, I think that might get a lot of people to be like, okay, well, hold on, Booker T likes her. Let's give her a chance then.
Hey, I think what I'm going to say first, Chat Chief, you just took over the top comment of this episode, so congratulations to you.
Great stuff.
But my thought is, what if she is doing this intentionally and not saying anything? Because what if she's a better heel? What if that's the thing? What if she's a better heel and is like, I will willingly take this heat and not address it because it will kill any heel heat that she has? Because Masha Slamovich seems to be very much taking on the face of TNA of the Knockouts savior, as she as the great, as the perfect the perfect person to take over after Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
And so she needs to be and maybe she needs to fill that role. She needs to be the perfect representative of TNA. And so what do? You put a title on someone that is the worst representative for TNA, and you and then build Masha Slamovich up some more. And when she finally conquers Tessa Blanchard, Tessa goes away for a while, comes back, completely new attitude, and then she acknowledges the wrongdoings. And in all that time, you've made Masha Slamovich a much bigger star. I'm wondering if that is the angle, and we're all getting played right now.
But I like it. I really do, because you're hitting on actual real life shit.
You are.
That's like taking your ding dong and sticking it in a barrel full of razor blades. Like,
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's heat that you don't want.
This is a risky. If this
it's
is
extremely
it's risky as hell. You're right.
If this is exactly what is happening, and it is all a shoot or a work, then TNA they're playing with fire, and man, that would if I think that actually is exactly what she should do. And here's what. Hold on.
Holy shit!
Hold on.
Let's go.
Grun chaos. Keep going.
Everyone breathe. Everyone stop. Hold. Let me explain why she should pull up in a Cybertruck with a MAGA shirt. There is only one reason to do that, and that would be it would solidify what I am saying. It would prove that it would prove this is a shoot. It would
without the shadow of a doubt that she's leaning into the character.
Yes. Yeah. And so that I mean, look, I think entertainers should be allowed to do stuff like that, because it is because it's all about drawing out emotion and getting reactions out of people.
Well,
now I do not think this is the right time for people to do blackface, because that is still very much just divisive. It's still very divisive.
You don't want to play now the Cybertruck and the MAGA shirt.
I'd be like,
if it goes, but like the blackface, they're like, damn, they're trying to get this woman killed. Like,
just pump the brakes on that one. You know,
Man, but
IYH does not condone blackface, so please.
none of that. None
No.
of that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But
Nope.
and you got OG Tony saying she did apologize to the
Oh, I've
people
seen that, yeah.
that she said those things.
Okay.
Like I get that. I think that if it's only going to help her career, because yes, TNA is going to give her opportunities, and who knows, that could lead her to WWE. We've obviously see that, but like I just don't think WWE is going to put their hands on her until she does something publicly. I totally understand that she did apologize to the people on their own time, but I think people were so stuck on what she did and haven't heard anything like publicly, you know, as far as that goes, that people are going to still have that stink on her. That's why she's still getting the reactions that she's getting. That's why you have people of influence like Chelsea Green toasting her on Twitter, saying, you know, if just admission of wrong would be the first step towards, you know, making things better for yourself and relations for the people that you wronged and hurt. She was spitting in people's faces, for God's sake, and saying and calling them racist slurs in locker rooms to their face. Like these are things that really happened, and it is what it is. As far as what's done is done, but like I think it's only going to help build people. I apologize. What else do you?
Yeah.
Dear God. Dear God. He's on fire.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. Like, if she apologized to the people that she was specifically hurtful towards, then I really don't think she needs the public. They can, I'm going to say this right now. If that, it means more if she apologizes to them privately than apologizing to the public, okay? Because
Grun, I agree with you, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
I totally agree with you. All I'm saying is public perception.
Yeah.
And because wrestling is a public relations business, sport, or whatever, I totally agree. If she apologized and was sincere in person to these people, 100% agree. But I'm just saying that that's not the public's perception, so it's not their reality. They didn't see it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No, I completely hear you.
They're going to be the hard ones to get over with this
for
one.
For sure. And so like if that's the case and she did apologize, then like I think that there needs to be, because like she's very talented, and I do believe that people should be able to make mistakes and still gain opportunities from it. Like I'm a proud Black man, and I was not happy with the things that Tessa Blanchard said and the way that she presented herself in terms of race relations with people that she's supposed to share a locker room with, and those are supposed to be her brothers and sisters. And you act in such a way, it's unbecoming. But I also believe that people can grow and change and do better. And she didn't take a life. She didn't kill a person, anything like that. She was just young, immature, probably, she probably have like racist older family members. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where that stuff is learned from for the most part, until you unlearn it, or maybe it's just baked into who you are. But I think she's allowed to grow and change, but I also feel like that if you're in a public relations company and a public relations sport, people have to see that too, because like even with NBA players, there's people of perception, that you have perception of how you want to view people. There's people that hate LeBron James. They can't stand LeBron James, and they hate everything, but they don't want to, I don't think that there'd be a time where if Voice was around, if Voice was around LeBron James, Voice would want to cause bodily harm to the man, like kill the man or something like that. Like,
no, I would like to debate him.
For sure. Debate him for sure. Yeah. No, nothing wrong with that.
But not harm him. No, that's ridiculous.
I think we're in a spot where Tessa Blanchard, in the wrong places, wrong scenarios, would have people that would literally want to cause her real harm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And honestly, in my opinion, and I'll end my discussion on this portion, but there has to be a path of redemption for somebody like Tessa, for maybe And like you guys said, the behind the scenes, if she went to those people and was sincere, that's great. But then again, that makes it tricky if you're going to play into this, because then those people who might have believed that she apologized and did everything right, you're going to lose some of them because you're still playing in that idea that you didn't. And
Right.
some people can't distinguish that this is storyline, you know.
Yeah.
So that's where I say it's a dangerous topic to play inside.
It certainly is. It certainly is. They're playing with fire right now, but there's, I just don't think, that if she was as bad as a person as she was back then, I just don't think that TNA, which is thriving right now,
Yeah.
would knowingly and actively put an element in there without thinking that they have it contained in some kind of way.
No, I agree with you. And plus, WWE wouldn't link up with a promotion that is like, no, we are going with this storyline. We don't give a shit what you say. This is so I'm kind of leaning towards there seems to be more at play here. But time will tell.
For sure. Most definitely, time will tell. And speaking of time, our time here is up. It's been a great episode. We talked about so much stuff. Another great Sunday house party. But with that being said, it wouldn't be great without my awesome co-host here and team. So I always got to give them that opportunity. Grun, where can they catch everything that you're doing, everything that you're talking about? This is your time to plug, man.
You can catch me on twitch.tv/Grunmeister, where I will be doing my Grun's Room Smackdown preview review show every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, where I talk about the previous week's Smackdown and give you some insight as to what is going to happen on that night's Smackdown.
My man. Yeah, doing all kinds of awesome stuff there on Fridays. But you also do awesome stuff on Mondays with my man over here. He's awesome himself. That's the voice, Josh Joseph. Where can they catch you at and everything that you're doing, man?
All right, fans, household grunts, friends, goblins out there of the chaos kind. It is I, the Window Licker King, Joshua Joseph, and you can catch me on Monday, where me, Grunmeister, the blue-eyed villain, and Kevin Calloway, the Chaos Goblin, we talk Monday Night Raw, and we get you ready to go to Raw. We go an hour before. It's at 7 p.m. here on the IYH network. You can catch us doing it on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. That's the other place we go. And then Grun's channel. He always chimes on there. So that's 4 places where you can catch the Monday show. And it's been pretty exciting. We got some things coming up with Nick Teodoro. He was in here. There's some plans coming up. So WrestleMania week is going to be a fun week.
Oh, it's going to be awesome, dude.
Like us, subscribe to what we got out there, click the notifications, because this next month is going to be awesome. Outside of that, you can catch me on Friday, where me and Howse, we go extreme. It's the ECW watch along, and get ready, because this next Friday, it's going to be something you want to tune into. So come check out me and Howse. That's 5 p.m. We're going to get you ready right after work. You want to listen to some wrestling. You want to listen to some fun ECW stuff. Me and Howse are the place to get it. That's 5 p.m. on Fridays. And of course, you can always catch me here on a Sunday house party, where we just talk wrestling. And this was a fun episode. And really, I can't wait for the re-listen tomorrow. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, most definitely. I had a real good time on this episode. I knew I wanted to get a whole lot more speculative with WrestleMania coming up. It's a great time to do it. And I had a blast this episode. This was another banger. And it's just a part of a great slew of content that you can get here at In Your House, that you guys just heard, that Grunmeister is a part of, that The Voice is part of. I get a chance to be a part of something on Wednesdays, and that is the Raw Deal with Howse and O'Neil, or myself and the amazing Annie O'Neil. We talk all things Monday Night Raw. We also talked some Smackdown, some NXT, and that's that's probably going to continue as NXT continues to heat up. You have the return of the Hardys this coming Tuesday. You have Moose showing up to NXT, Obafemi going to TNA. So many things going on and cross-promotional things going. We're going to continue to talk about that. But guys, you know where I'm at. Just right here doing my thing in your house. I got a couple of shows coming up next month. Of course, I'll be there at Emerge for Money Talks. That's going to be another great show going down. And then I'll have some other stuff coming in the works that I'll be able to reveal at a later time. Looking to pop up another show. I'm really building up my manager's resume again. And we're going to see what happens and where I am at next. But guys, it's just everything we do here. It's all a part of the work. And of course, that's HOWSE. And hey, that W does stand for work. So for the Grunmeister, for Hypocrisy Jones, for the voice Josh Joseph, for the Chaos Goblin Kevin Galloway, for Divinely Designed Danny O'Neill, for Relentless Ray Larson, for the world's most dangerous podcaster paragon, I'm Alakan, the Concept House, here to remind you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to hop on this bandwagon, get on, or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
Yeah. In your house with O'Kon. Hey, O'Kon in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Prophecy in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke.